All right, I think we're live. It's on me though, so yeah, they're chatting and stuff over there, which is cool. I'll put them on camera at least, so they can at least wave, and you might get some hints at maybe their names and stuff. Just gonna go over a quick few announcements that we have, like we do. Like, welcome back. We took a week off. And you would think that I would have gotten a lot done, but I didn't. But thank you so much for hanging out. Today, already we have a redeemed Ask question from, we all know Prime Factor X01, right? Does anybody know who that is?
I think that's Eric.
That's Eric, yes. But he actually redeemed some of his table tokens just now to ask a question. So it's a pretty straightforward question. I'm going to open up your guys' mics, your mic there. But I have to say it. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? So, I don't think it was directed towards one specific person, player, character. So anybody want to take that?
15 woods.
15 woods? All right, so we got
a definitive answer.
we got a little sneak peek inside of her character's mind. 15 woods. But thank you so much for everybody tuning in. We miss you, Eric. I'm sure we'll see you soon, and, well, just gaming in general. I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out. We did get just like yesterday, I don't know if anybody knows him, but Liquid Courage 117. That is a new follower for us. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Want to make sure that everybody knows that we still are partnered with Scattered Comics. We're going to do some pretty cool stuff coming up in the future, so just stay tuned for that. Also, we all have our shirts, some shirts on Amazon. Make sure and check them out. We're selling them at cost, so they're really just for fun. Make sure and give our sponsors a shout out. Of course, our glorious George Horsch, but out there in Elk Grove, who sponsors us quite a bit. So we're working on some things for the future with him also. He's the game room in Elk Grove, but trying to revamp some stuff, comic books, some weird cool stuff. So it's going to be awesome. Ambient Realms, we do use their equipment. I use a lot of my own little stuff on here, but we also make sure to use some of my favorite sounds. That is one of my, for some reason, that's one of my favorites. It fit one of the songs that I was playing today, and pushed the button, and I was like,
it's quite a moan.
It fit the song. So I was really excited about it.
Buffy the Vampire
Yeah, so it felt good. So, also, we got to make sure that we give them a shout out because of the support that they give to Huntington's Disease Society of America and Autism Speaks. So make sure and check out AmbientRealms.com. Arknight, we are still giving away digital downloads. I may be giving one, we'll see. We might give one out in the chat room tonight. I won't interrupt the game, but I might just give away one if somebody's in the chat there. So I will charge table tokens for them. That's just the way you can get votes. So it's easier to track and find you guys. So we're going to do it that way. So if you don't know how table tokens work, ask Eric, or he redeemed his. So Prime Factor X01, he knows how to use his table tokens. So I'll put stuff in the chat also, so don't worry about it. I'm going to give it over to these guys, turn my mic off, and maybe even change music up a little bit, because we got to get in the mood here.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to give it to these guys, all right?
All right. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Generation Hero, the epic superhero saga that goes through the entirety of comic book history, one issue at a time. My name is Michael Panish. Oh, we had a little bit of
a little sneak preview.
A little sneak preview of the Gumsville anthem. Viewers of our last arc might remember, but this is a new arc. This is the third one we're doing.
That was a sad.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, the sad
that was
Guiltville
dystopian.
song. You're right. Which
That was a little teaser for the 70s.
That's right. A little promise for what's to come, because we are in the 70s. It's the Bronze Age. We did the Golden Age. Our first arc was World War II. Silver Age was our second arc, which was like the early 60s. And now we're in kind of the early to mid, maybe a little bit late 70s, which is in comics the Bronze Age. This is when comics started to get darker. Some more mature themes started to creep in as the entire nation kind of went through a lot of shocking and difficult times. This is when comics started trying to address social issues in maybe some maybe not so great ways, but perhaps you got to give them a little bit of credit for trying to be progressive at least. And maybe you can extend some of that credit to us as we enter the Bronze Age. The Battle for the Bronze, our third arc. This issue is called Fists Against Fangs. And we're starting in the Sentinel City slum of Butchertown. Got its name because it used to kind of be the meatpacking district where the slaughterhouses did their grim trade. Now, it's the ghetto. There's big tenements, there's liquor stores, it's a rough town. The bad part of town, the seedy part of town. And in this urban decay come four heroes. Let's go around and meet them. So I want to know who you are, what's your hero, your real name, your hero's name, maybe their real name if they got one, their powers, and what are they doing? What's kind of their day-to-day life? How do they come to be here, and what are they doing in Butchertown? So we'll start with Mr. Marvin.
So hi, I'm Marvin Davis, and today I'm going to be playing the reformed hero Braveblade. Real name Evan Masters, and formerly known as the Secret King. One day, a boy found a magic sword, who whispered to him dreams of magnificence, glory. So he became a king with the sword and used its powers of fear manipulation to rule an entire city. But one day he just realized he was still empty inside. And on that day, a man from the clouds came to him and just pointed at him and let him hear the voices of the people who lived in the city, who he ruled over. And he found that being feared all the time wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. So he said to him, "What can I do? What can I do to just make my life worth something?" And the man just showed him the way to the SOS, showed him the way to use his powers for good, not having to use fear all the time, but maybe inspire hope. The sword didn't like that, however. It wanted him to use his powers for himself, and for the sword, for evil, and for a secret agenda. So while Braveblade is trying to be a hero, make up for his actions, the sword is always whispering in his mind, tempting him back to villainy.
Woohoo. So we got a man with an evil sword. And what is Braveblade's kind of day-to-day in Butchertown? Is he being a hero over here?
Trying to. This is kind of like his first actual day trying to be a hero.
Makes sense. New to the whole hero game. Next up is Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. That's the last time you're gonna hear me sound happy in this whole game.
Aw.
Because I am playing Strangel. Strangel is an extra-dimensional being from beyond the stars, but she's half human because of her mother. Her mother gave her the name Star Woodhouse. Her father gave her the name... At any rate...
Whoa.
My father's name is Paragon the Arbiter. Soon he shall come to this planet and destroy all of you. I'm trying to prevent that as best I can. Or maybe I'm not. It depends on how I feel. At any rate, I'm currently in Butchertown because that's where the portal opened up to. Because of the amount of pain and suffering. The funny thing is, humans only view pain and suffering in their own terms, whereas the pain and suffering in this former Butcher area was much greater than anywhere in the city. I'm helping people. I'm helping people. I'm helping people.
Good. Always good to lend a helping hand. After...
So is that a villain?
No! Hero. After that, Hero, we have Lucy.
Hi, I'm Lucy. I'll be playing as Venus. She is a 19-year-old girl. She used to be normal. She grew up in a very broken home where it was her parents. Her mother ended up killing her father in this fight. Basically, she moved around a lot, and when she turned 18, all of a sudden, her hair turned from black to red, and she got these markings on her face, and she found out she could manipulate people using her pheromones. And you can notice these glows. If she touches someone, their La Petite Mort becomes Le Mort Actual.
Oh, dang.
Which is why I have to keep these gloves on. But generally, I use my pheromones as my powers to control people. But I also have a great sky craft that's currently still secret right now. I haven't shown anyone. But yeah, I have to wear bright colors because I get my powers from very bright things, and darkness drains my powers, drains my energy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we have an interesting dichotomy there. Finally, we have Nick.
Yep, I'm Nick. If you guys remember the last episode, which was 2 weeks ago, when the older generation came to Vietnam, they met my character, who is Tai Kong Jia, also known as Furious Tiger. At that time, he wasn't known as that. So after that whole experience, he broke away from the Ghost Division with a few other people among his division, and then spent a year sort of wandering Vietnam, where he wandered into a Shaolin temple, and he liked it there. He trained there, learned the art of martial arts from the Shaolin monks, and then after 4 years he left, fairly well knowledgeable of the techniques as part of his sort of abilities. He's very quick to pick up on fighting styles. Mm-hmm. So after that, he remembered his time in Vietnam and his experience with the heroes, and so he went to America and found the SOS and joined up with them. He's been there for a couple of months to about a year. So
I would say so.
Yeah.
So you think they sent you to Butchertown to kind of sort of patrol and do some good in this tough neighborhood?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is where we will start, with all of you trying to do maybe a little bit of good, or at least get some kind of yummy snack in a place called Faffy's Deli. It's owned by now a very old Fafner, formerly the dragon who fought for the Third Reich, the cyborg dragon man. But he has since retired. He opened the diner, but his time has changed. That diner kind of fell through. And now he sort of runs a deli in Butchertown with his daughter. But it's still the neighborhood hangout. It's a place where they got some arcade machines, some pinball. His sandwiches and sodas are always good. So after school, kids will come over there and hang out. And it's kind of a nice sort of safe place in the neighborhood. It's somewhere that, especially if you've grown up in Butchertown, like I think Venus has before her transformation, it's a neighborhood standard, I would say. And definitely, I think if you guys are kind of new to the area, you know this place as well. So you've kind of stepped in here to catch, grab a bite to eat while you're going about your day.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that unlike me, Furious Tiger wears a headband instead of a bandana, and it is orange. as sort of a homage to his time with the monks.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought it was like it's a tiger-colored bandana. But no,
it works both ways.
Ah, a double meaning. Very cool. So this orange headband young fellow is sitting there enjoying a sandwich, I think, and the rest of you guys are kind of noticing each other. So have any of you seen each other in Butchertown before? Are you familiar at all with these other three?
Entirely new to the city. So, yeah.
I often frequent the diner, and so I see these new people, and I'm wondering what they could be doing. So I'm gonna... Whoever is closest.
I've probably been here a couple of times.
I would say
on
you've been here
patrol.
for 2 months. Yeah, you
Yeah.
visited this spot before.
I followed someone into the diner. I don't eat.
Oh. Well, maybe you're just there for the pinball.
No, I'm here for food. It's just my food went into the diner.
Oh, interesting. But hey, get some of that pinball while you're there, you know?
Yes, yes. He's a bad person. He deserves the things I will do.
I guess I'll walk up to Blade. What's your name again?
Brave Blade.
Brave Blade. I was like Beyblade.
Yeah. Working the Beyblades.
So I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna give him a little bit of my pheromone and ask, "Is that your sword? Or are you just happy to see me?"
Whoa. So Brave Blade, this very attractive redhead, is moving in on you. What do you do?
Is there a way it could resist the pheromones, maybe?
It's just like a standard attack, I guess.
Well, are you actively trying to manipulate his mind?
No, I'm just trying to get him in a better mood.
Okay. Well, I'll say.
Pheromones don't actively manipulate you. It's just sort of like an hi.
Oh.
Yeah. So you feel, you feel a little bit more pleasant. You feel a little bit friendly toward this beautiful stranger.
Well, it is my sword. I mean, no one else claimed it. Found it at the bottom of the lake.
So literal. Oh, you're so funny. So tell us, where are you from?
Well, I had my own city. Honestly,
so
I never
powerful.
really made a name for it. I kind of tend to forget. Well, try to forget those days.
That
Ooh.
sounds very dark.
So while some sparks are flying, Faffy's coming in, handing out some sandwiches to you guys. And I was like, "Oh, hello there, kids.
How you doing, Faffy?
Always good to see you, but I think you might want to clear out. I'm about to get some bad visitors.
Oh.
What do you mean by
How
bad
bad?
visitors? How many?
There's more than I could handle. Maybe in my youth, I tell you, I was a fire-breathing dynamo back then. Now, I don't know. I can barely light a cigar.
Oh, so bad customers. Does that mean supervillains?
Oh, the worst kind of customers.
That's an interesting question for you to ask about supervillains when you bear such a sword.
Well, they've been told, go here, fight supervillains, be a hero. I
Your
never
sword
really...
told you that?
No, the SOS did.
I would have a hard time believing your sword would, being as it's that sword.
Ooh.
That sort of...
Darling, who are these
What do
customers?
you mean that sort of?
Well, villain might be too good for them. Trust me, back in the day, villains wore masks. They had fun gimmicks. It was a whole other age. They were always trying to, rob some jewelry store or something with the diamonds that matched their eyes. I don't, if they were diamond eyes would be their name. It was a whole fun thing. These guys, extortion is their game. Oh, here they come now. And at this moment, about 20 young individuals who are known to all you if you've been in Butchertown for a little bit, some rough customers enter the deli. They're all wearing kind of blue and white coats, sort of a parka, down vests, cold weather wear of a blue or white coloration. A lot of them are armed with climbing axes, ski poles with spikes on them, various cold weather gear used as weapons, ice axes, that kind of thing. And some of them have glowing blue skin and icy powers. These are the Ice Kings, which is which is a powerful youth gang that operates out of Butchertown. One of the many colorful, organized criminal groups in this part of town. And their gimmick is icy stuff and ice powers. It was rumored that a ex-beatnik from back in the day founded them, but he is long gone. Now their leader is a young man with bluish hair, icy blue goatee, very icy blue eyes by the name of BlizzWiz. He comes in clutching an ice axe, and already you can see cold mist coming off of his fists as he's approaching Faffy. And he's like, "Alright, old man, it's that time of the month. You better pay on up, or we're gonna make you pay. You dig?" And Faffy's like, "I don't want no trouble," and he's trundling to the back to the cash register.
Excuse me. Liz, is it?
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Is this a thing that you do to several of the citizens in this area?
Yeah, man, this place belongs to the Ice Kings. It's our icy kingdom.
I'm not a man.
It's an expression.
Ah, expression.
Mr. King. Wow.
Well, no, Mr. Wiz would be mine.
Mr. Wiz.
Ice Kings is the name of the gang that I'm in right now.
It doesn't matter because you look like a king.
You think so? You laughing at me, man?
Sorry, just the mention of king and you.
Criticizing our name, man. I'll show you Ice Kings aren't anything to mess with.
Alright, can I do a pheromone thing now?
I think so. So this is going to be... are you looking to, go for a directly engage, kind of take something away from him or hurt him in some way? Or are you trying to...
I guess I'm trying to...
They're more complicated. What I'm saying is it's going to be unleash your powers or directly engage.
Okay, it'd probably be unleash powers because I'm trying to make him, fall in lust with me so that he forgets about that. And then his group is
Okay.
So, I guess I'll...
Alright, I'm going to say this is directly engaged because you'd be taking away his will to fight.
Okay, so that would be not free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Danger.
6. Okay, so that's a 5.
Well, mark potential.
Yeah?
That's cool. And he realizes, he's like, "You're trying to work some kind of mojo voodoo on me, woman?
What if she is?
Apparently, that's just
It
her
ain't
way
no
of saying
business
hello.
of yours, man. Back off."
You talk a lot.
You're trying to, I guess, extort. Not very well, I should say, a well-known and very, I guess, dear friend of mine, I guess you could say.
Hey, that's how things work here. It wouldn't be our crew, it would be some other one.
May I ask you a question? If you knew
Sure.
that the universe was about to be destroyed and you could do something about it, would you do something about it?
Look, man, I'm just trying to extort a deli. I don't have time for
Can you be
these
helpful?
questions, man.
Can you be helpful in the battle against Paragon the Arbiter?
I don't know what that is. This is some kind of college juju voodoo mumbo jumbo.
Okay, and now I'm going to do an attack on him to drain his vitality.
Okay.
Because he's not going to be useful. For he's food.
Oh, BlizzWiz, I don't think he would be. So go for it.
Dang. Okay, that is a 10.
Nice.
Ooh, alright, so what do you...
So basically, I hold out my hand like this, and black energy crackles out of my hand, surrounds him, and I start pulling the life essence out of his body. And I go,
Whoa.
it's cold and tasty.
He reels back. That did not leave him feeling very well at all. So for directly engage,
Yeah, so for the directly engaged...
which ones are you taking there?
Well,
I
I'm
guess
taking life essence,
yeah.
obviously, and then I'm also going to resist or avoid any blows that come at me.
Alright, which is very good because his crew attacks. He's like, "Tear this place apart!" And they start advancing on you guys, brandishing their cold weather gear and shooting a whole bunch of ice beams. So several sharp, jagged icicles rush over your head, stab into the wall behind you. But how do you avoid that?
Basically, every time one comes flying at her, a psychic shield, like a little shield of black energy, pops up and just deflects it and it goes shooting off elsewhere. She doesn't really care where it goes shooting because she's determined that most of the people in this place are probably not going to be helpful about defeating Paragon the Arbiter. Unless
there's neighborhood children.
She doesn't care.
Great.
So there might be collateral damage.
I'll say the deli kind of emptied out when the Ice Kings appear.
Okay, so definitely a villain, right? That's a villain. I can stab her, right?
I wouldn't.
The sword is actually whispering to you. It's like, we'll need her later.
We'll need her later.
At this moment, a particularly nasty Ice King wielding a ski pole, trying to stab you with it, is approaching you. So what do you do? And they're attacking all you guys.
Could I defend him?
Oh, go for it.
If you wish, I can take
Are you
care of this
using
amateur
the power so you
myself.
can use danger to defend? Or?
I know, evil versus sword.
It's both hard, and I have defender, which means that I can roll danger instead of savior.
Ooh, nice.
11.
Whoa, so you're picking 2 from that list, I believe? You definitely defend him. I think you get some other stuff too.
Yeah,
here we
defend. You can add a team.
Add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear condition line. Don't have
Yeah, no conditions for anybody so far. So what the other two? You want to add a team point? Because they could come in handy later.
Sure.
All right.
Actually, one would think.
Okay, and I'll let you guys know there'll be ample opportunities for those team points coming up. So keep that in mind. So how do you defend him as this burly Ice King is rushing towards you, jabbing with the ski pole? What do you do?
Well, basically, it's all. I've had this experience. I basically just sort of deflect it out of the way and just open palm him right in the chest.
Oh yeah, you send him flying. He smashes into one of those pinball machines, and
All right.
there are sparks and broken chunks everywhere. So Brave Blade, what are you doing now? And then we'll see what Venus is up to.
All right, where's all of the other guys, part of the Ice Gang?
They're still advancing.
All right, I'm gonna try and stand in front of them and draw my sword,
Whoa.
and like a wave of fear just spreads out all across them.
Oh man, give me Unleash Your Powers. I love when we have like love, fear,
That's 9.
and then punch,
Yeah. Well, he fists him.
and then drain life. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a 9.
He can't help in defending this world against Paragon the Arbiter, and therefore he's useless. He's also bad.
Yeah.
A 9 that's a partial success, I think, or is that?
For Unleash, it should be.
I know. I got 2 in my car and I forgot to bring them. I just realized. I brought them just for this purpose, and they're in the car. No.
When I hit
Yeah,
set a
mark a
9, mark a
condition.
condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Okay.
So I was intending to just put some dread into their heads
Okay.
and
There's-
stop them in their tracks.
I would say they're starting to get worried. They're starting to move back. The icy glow around their fist is fading a little bit. They're kind of backing out towards the door. Blizzwiz, who is very weak on his feet now, is also looking like another good blow might break this street gang apart. Venus, what do you do?
I think I'm gonna try to contact my people to. It's the belonging to worlds. So you have the resources that come through station. Roll superior, and then if I get one or get some, then I can pick from the 3 there.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Yeah, that is not.
Oh, well, mark potential.
Mark potential.
So, why do you think you're not quite able to contact? I mean, you were a person until just a year ago. So, how does this work, and why does it not work?
So, since that first contact where they just sent me a mental image of where I was from, it's still been really shaky, the communication, because I don't know where they are, they don't know where I am, it's like the satellites get in the way. Those darned geo stations. Called. Yes.
I know, old Sputnik's just there bouncing it back.
Yeah, and just nothing.
Alright, so they're starting to recover some of their will. Even Blizzwiz, he's trying to summon up what energy he has. He's getting a nasty blizzard ready. Stranger, what are you doing?
So, I tell him, you will be dead soon if I don't release you. I would advise that you leave now.
Ooh, okay, I think you're going for a provoke.
Yeah, which is a superior, which is actually very bad at. So
Let's see what happens.
that is still a 7.
Okay.
So let's see, on a 7 to 9, they can choose one. So they stumble, you take +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity. They overreact, you gain influence over them.
Alright, I'm going to say the second one. He stumbles. You can tell he is definitely scared. That sword really helped. So he's like, I ain't afraid of you, you whole bunch of freaks.
Yeah, run, coward. You know.
Hey, how about all of you just chill? You like it? It's like an ice joke.
Okay, before
It's
that,
like a cool
I'm
ice
just
pun. I made it
Yeah.
fun. I made it funny.
I'm just gonna grab him by the collar and just be like, leave now, or there's going to be worse happening, and you better not come back here while we're here. And I just sort of throw him across the room.
Whoa. Okay, so give me a provoke.
I'll go ahead and break the vitality drain.
All right, and I'll make the difficulty a little bit lower because unless it 7. Okay, I'll say that's enough because he already.
Definitely me.
Well, yeah, we'll turn a partial success into a success because he already got severely spooked
Yeah.
by Strangel. So he picks himself up. Some of his, gang tries to help him. He rudely shoves them away, and he's like, "Ice Kings, let's go! Come on, we'll be back later, old man, for you, you dang lizard."
Are
We're
you
still gonna be here.
So he just made another threat against the old man, huh?
Well, against Faffy, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna directly engage again.
All right, we'll see how that happens.
We'll see if
As
it
he's heading out, yeah.
that is a 7.
Okay, so you get to choose one from that
So I get
list.
to choose one.
He has no blow to give you, so resist or avoid
Right.
his blow is not necessary.
Right. I am going to take the rest of his life from him for making that threat.
Okay, so does that literally kill him?
It's up to you if it does or not, or if it just puts him into a coma or whatever.
Yeah, I will say, he might come back, but he is comatose. He's like backing up out of the door and he drops.
Right.
The other Ice Kings, they're terrified.
I point at them. I can kill all of you in a heartbeat. Do not come back to this place and harass this man. I will be watching you. All of you.
Ooh. Alright, they grab Blizzwiz and drag him away.
Right.
And now the diner is safe. So Faffy comes out from behind the desk.
Thank you.
And he says, "Well, kids, I gotta thank you. You saved me on this day."
That's what I've been working on with the SOS. So
Oh, the SOS.
What
I'm with
is
the SOS too?
I've been with the SOS for a couple of months now.
I've been with them for a week.
You are with the SOS. The SOS with Professor Diesel.
That is correct.
I know of Professor Diesel. I've told her about the great danger coming to your world.
So are you, Strange, are you actually a member of the Society of Sentinels, or are you just kind of, you work with them perhaps, or told
I
them?
believe that they are a great source of strength that could be used to help defeat my father
Absolutely.
when he returns to this plane.
Okay. So,
I guess I've only associated with them part-time.
a little bit,
So-
yeah. I don't know, how long have you had your powers and been active in Butchertown?
So I've had my powers for a year, but what I do is I find corrupt and cruel men and women who, beat their families, and I kill them.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
There's a lot of death.
Lots of death. We already have one guy rendered comatose. Poor Blizzwiz.
I just drank
He's
all
out.
its
Ooh.
essence. He
Yeah.
shouldn't have kept making threats.
It was his fault.
That's on him.
Faffy says, "Look, the SOS, they're okay. They can save the world from some alien conqueror, but when my rent comes due at the end of the month and I'm short, I don't know how much they can help."
Were you paying rent to these Ice Kings, I would hate to have just accidentally killed your landlord.
No, they weren't the landlord. That's another trouble.
Is your
Slumlord, more like it.
Is he also evil? Does he need to die?
Yeah, but even if he died, someone else would just move in. It's not like some problems you can't just solve by killing people. As hard as that may seem.
But it's such a pleasant way to go.
Maybe if you were the one in charge of it, ma'am. The problem is, this diner, I give away a lot of free food, and at the end of the month, I just don't know if I can make ends meet.
Maybe you should start charging. I mean, it's your diner.
Look, when there's hungry mouths, I gotta feed them. A long time ago, some people showed kindness to me when they didn't have to, and I've been trying to continue that tradition ever since. So I want to thank you for kicking out the Ice Kings, but even if you got rid of them, some other gang will move in. This part of town's full of them. You got the Mome Rats.
The Mome Rats, where do they exist?
Oh, they're a weird bunch. They're all over. They're more on the east end. You got the Shadow Dragons. They're a bunch of ninjas. So, when the Ice Kings too, and even when they goes down, it seems like there's always another one with a crazy costume and a weird gimmick trying to take over and call this shop part of their turf. So unless I get a big infusion of cash, I just don't know how Faffy's Deli is going to stay open.
Have you ever considered taking over yourself? I mean, it is easier.
The ways of evil are always easier, but they always lead to pain and heartache, and I'm not going down that path again.
Can I try
That sounds
something?
familiar.
So, for one of the Belonging to Worlds one, it says I can receive a useful piece of alien technology that will allow you to, all that. So, can I roll to see if I can get like a security defense system for his deli?
Okay,
And then-
let's have you roll for that. Meanwhile, Furious Tiger, you notice someone familiar to you from your days in Vietnam outside and appearing in. It is Sly Belzer, the photojournalist.
Oh, Sly.
Yeah, he was sort of the hanger-on mascot of the Red Widow's armed encampment in the jungle.
Yep.
So he recognizes you as well. So how'd you do?
Okay, so I got a 7, which
Okay.
means I could get one of these.
Yeah.
So yes, so I can get the piece of technology. So basically, it's just like a first line defense, where if he presses it, it kind of like shuts down the deli, and it alerts us
Ooh, okay.
that someone is attacking.
Sort of a panic button.
Yeah.
I like this. I think that you'll be strong in the fight against Paragon the Arbiter.
Of course.
A friendship is forged.
Paragon the Arbiter. Who's Paragon the Arbiter?
I'm surprised you have that sword and you do not know of Paragon the Arbiter.
What is his connection with the sword? Where's the sword from, anyways?
The sword's not answering.
Damn you.
Don't hit me.
You shouldn't do that to that sword.
You really shouldn't. I'll tell you when you're ready. That's what the sword says. So Belzer comes inside when he spots you, and he's like, "Hey, I remember you, man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
What's happening?"
Well, after our run-in with the heroes, I decided to join them.
Oh, I get it.
So,
That whole heroism bag. Right on.
I do nothing.
You gonna leave me hanging, dude?
I grab his hand
Yeah.
with my hand.
That's it. Right on. You're a strange one.
Sly,
Yes,
you want-
my name is Strangel. You have heard of me.
Ooh, no, but I have now. And let me tell you, because I know you can handle your fists, right?
I have been training over these years, yes.
Oh, I know it. And I'm thinking I got the perfect venue for you to use those fists. Tell me, have any of you heard of a guy around here, sort of a local business owner by the name of the Disco Pharaoh?
Have I?
Disco Pharaoh?
I would say you've been in Butchertown for maybe a little bit longer. You've heard of the Disco Pharaoh. So, because you grew up here, you definitely have. Strangel as well. You've heard of him.
I have heard of the disco.
Yeah, you
Pharaoh.
probably don't like him too much. He owns a chain of discos and nightclubs, and he's also a bit of a crime lord.
Ah, he is a bad person.
I would say so. But
Disco
he's...
places are just so great.
I prefer coffee shops with coffee and singing.
Yeah, that disco, that just ain't my scene. I need that rock and roll, man. Disco sucks.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
Disco.
the Disco Pharaoh, he's into a lot of stuff beyond just the music, if you know what I mean. I'm talking...
Dancing.
Beyond the dancing, if you know what I mean.
I think I can figure it out.
Roller
Yeah.
skating.
Beyond the disco roller skating,
Think more chemical.
if you... Exactly. This guy's got it. Yeah, he's a dope pusher. He does that too. And he also sort of works as an in-betweener, a middleman between all the various crime groups.
He physically assaults mentally handicapped people.
You are too much. Tiger, man, you gotta educate this one.
I don't think he knows that I'm...
Oh, you're right. Well, maybe Tiger was just his fun nickname for you back in the jungle.
Or maybe because he wearing a bunch of tiger stuff.
That's true.
Possible.
So one of the things that the Disco Pharaoh was into is the Pharaoh Fight Night. That's spelled fight, spelled Phite, by the way. And of course, night is spelled Nite too.
Why, may I ask?
Because that misspelling's bad.
Yes, it is.
It is incorrect. That is correct, that it is incorrect.
Wasn't he also involved in that trafficking scandal a few months ago?
Nothing was ever proved, but the Pharaoh has got his fingers in a lot of pies. So this fight night,
Does he have to clean his hands a lot?
I'm sure.
you really gotta school her, man.
I think she has knowledge in other places.
It could be. We all got to expand our minds.
You especially.
I'm gonna ignore that. Anyhow, if you want to make some buku bucks, get that bread, go to one of those fight nights. All you together, you make a team. All you gotta do is take on 3 other teams of 4. And they are some of the best fighters in the city, and it is kind of an underground, ultra-violent, often to the death fighting experience.
I enjoy death.
Well, you'll fit right in. That's just what I'm talking about.
I would rather not kill people.
You don't have to. You can just, maim them.
Or
Anyhow,
let them die on their own.
We don't need to hurt them. We just need to terrify them into surrendering.
yeah, as long as they cry uncle or are not able to keep fighting, that victory is yours, my man.
Are their uncles very powerful?
Who are these?
School her
Who are
on
these
common sayings and
fighters?
aphorisms. Pretty much anyone trying to make a name for themselves. I think the Ice Kings, they sent in a delegation once, but they didn't get too far.
Not surprising.
Sorry.
Yeah, most of the fighters who enter the Pharaoh Fight Nights are a cut above. So, you'll be careful, but you gotta be careful, but I think you can handle yourselves. So anyway, you guys sign up, go through the 3 rounds, win that championship, and that buku bread is yours. And if I bet on you, a little bit comes my way. And maybe you can slide some of your victory cash my way as well.
No.
You can have all of my bread. I do not eat bread.
He means money.
You
I
got it.
bread.
I don't eat money either.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So head over down to the Nile. That's the biggest disco, the jewel in Disco Pharaoh's Disco Empire.
Clever.
Sign on up tonight for the fight night. Get yourselves up in the mix, win the championship, and I'll be rooting you on and putting some money on you.
Are you just going around town making this offer to everybody?
I think
Yeah, but so far nobody's agreed. But hey, you win the championship, you get that jackpot. It'll be enough to keep this place open until the Nixon administration's over. Know what I'm saying?
That is a good point.
Yes, I would win the money for this dragon man.
Oh,
It's a
Faffy's.
noble cause. The monks taught me to fight for a cause rather than just fighting for nothing. So
We also need to take down the disco guy. Because
So
he's evil.
yes.
Yeah.
So 2 good deeds in one fell swoop.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do this.
I am looking forward to performing more good deeds.
I know, right? It feels good, doesn't it? To do something good for once.
I'm fighting
No.
off the endless darkness beyond the stars.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
Meltzer says, puts up his fist. Right on. Pound it. Pound it. Yeah.
Oh, should I take off my gloves for this?
You keep them. Keep the gloves on. So, you guys want to take care of anything or get anything kind of prepared before you enter the Pharaoh Fight Nights at the Nile? Are you ready to head right over there and sign yourselves up?
Would there be any other kind of villain that's close to the Disco King?
The Disco King is kind of, he's not necessarily a kingpin, and there's not really one individual kingpin who runs all crime in Butchertown.
I'm sure
It's more like there's lots of different gangs feuding and fighting each other. There are some powerful crime lords within that, and the Disco Pharaoh is sort of a in-betweener, a middleman. He's someone who knows them all, he's friendly with them, he does business with all of them, and a lot of them will be at the fight night, watching, betting, and doing illegal business while the fights are going on.
We can kill all of them too.
It's certainly possible.
I would like to prep my vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Let's
It's,
see how that goes.
It's a size shifting amplifier for like my pheromones as well, so
Ooh.
it can be tiny as I bring it with me, and then it'll get bigger, and then it can be like an amp for all of mine.
Oh, awesome. So what is this vehicle? What does it look like?
So it's also red, so it's very noticeable if it's larger, but it's kind of like a speakerphone almost. Like it's still like round and all, but it has like holes on the bottom so that the air can flow out with the pheromones. It is pretty quick, but it doesn't really have defenses, so it's like it can't really take that much damage.
Ooh,
But,
sure.
yeah.
All right. Well, that'll give you some like amplification. Maybe make those unleash your power rules a little bit lower when you're ready, or directly engage or using your powers for that purpose. Okay. So you head over all together to Nile, which is a giant multi-story disco complex located in the heart of Butchertown, and you can see inside it's a Saturday Night Fever kind of evening. Everyone's there grooving on the dance floor. Those disco balls are spinning around, but you can see some tough. Yeah, we're getting kind of a little fun music going on too. Very appropriate. So you weave your way through this club, head towards the back area, go down a little hall, and there you can see the signups for Pharaoh Fight Night. And the Disco Pharaoh himself is there to greet you. He is like me. He's wearing a shirt with the butterfly collar. Maybe he's got a fancy leisure suit jacket and polyester matching pants on as well. And he is sort of fading hair, lots of gold chains, including lots of Egyptian iconography. He's wearing one of those pharaoh hats as well, and has a big old staff with an ankh on it. So the Egyptian theme is all over the place too. It is a very Egyptian-themed disco, as you can imagine from the title. So he beckons you guys over, and he says, "You signing up for the fight nights?"
Yes, provided my great-grandfather that you wear around your neck permits it.
Oh, you like this?
Well, it is a representation of my great-grandfather.
That's interesting. Your great-grandfather is the Eye of Horus?
Well, Horus, yes.
Huh. Well, hey.
Well, as your people have understood him. He's actually a multi-dimensional being that can affect several planets and times at once.
Interesting.
So,
Maybe you've been sampling the wares a little too much. I can dig it.
can I try to, I guess, use my pheromones and ask him where, like, what illegal activities is going on right now?
Okay. This would be Unleash Your Powers.
A 7.
Okay. So he does tell you, but he also kind of realizes what's going on. He's like, working some of that jive on me, are you?
It's how she says hello.
So far.
All right. Well, I'll tell you
Let's just say it comes in handy.
what's going on tonight. Only the fights. Everything else, I'm tabling it for the evening. It's all these nights I put on all about the entertainment. Go down there, work your way up the ladder, 3 fights, and you win. The betting, that's all the action I want.
What's your stance on abilities?
Hey, if you got it, use it.
Weapons?
Yeah, everything's permitted down there, man.
Fair enough.
You bring what you brought to play with. But just remember, others are doing the same thing. So you go down there, fight your best, and me and some of the others will be in the background, taking in the action, doing some deals. It's a whole experience.
Can I pierce the mask on the Disco Pharaoh?
Sure.
Because I just want to see, like, where he's at right now. So that's a 9. But wrong side of the tracks, I get to ask an additional question on it when I pierce the mask of a villain.
And he is definitely a villain, so yeah, you get 3 questions.
Pierce this question. Okay. So I want to say, what are you really planning here? Like, what's the real deal here?
Okay. It is just do the fights, bet on the outcomes. Because he's the house, he takes in all the action. So for him, it's just the fights are a moneymaker. He doesn't really have an ulterior motive. He's just he's the host here.
So how could I gain influence over you?
I would say the Pharaoh, he likes the Egyptian stuff, so playing up to that will make him like you for sure. But really, he's an opportunist and a businessman. He's in it for the money. And the sleaze. But for him, the sleaze is a way to get money.
So show him the money.
That will do it, yeah. And I think you get one more as well.
Oh, really?
Because of the bonus one?
Yeah,
Or does a 9 only give you one?
a 9 only gives me 1.
Ah, okay,
My
so you got the
ability
2.
gives me
Alright.
2.
Very cool. Strangely, you wanna... What's up?
Well, Strangel's been staring at his sword the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'd like to pierce the mask on the sword.
Alright, let's see
So
how
I'm
that
going
works.
to try to psychically communicate with it.
Okay.
But
All I'm
she's got
saying
some
is
psychic
just
ability.
you staring at my sword.
Yeah. Okay. So that is a 9.
Alright, so that's
That's 1.
the one question. So what are you gonna ask of the sword? Or ask me about the sword?
I ask the sword, can I count on your strength in the fight against Paragon the Arbiter?
The sword just answers in your mind. You can count on my strength. And that is all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why?
It's a very polite sword.
Can I try one more pierce the mask on it? Or?
A little later, perhaps. There'll be other chances for this.
Okay.
Because
Never
now
talks
it's
like
time for
that to
round
me.
1.
Huh?
Never talks like that to me. It's always
It's gone silent again.
Well, this was all in thought.
Yeah. You might not have listened into this psychic
She's
conversation.
obviously very interested in your sword. Much more interested in your sword than in you. Oh,
That's how it is sometimes.
That was a king.
Well,
Reduced to this?
king for like a month. So, king for a few weeks.
Years, damn it.
So you are ushered in and you are brought to the arena where the fight night will take place. They've sort of set up not really like not an obstacle course. It's not quite like a wrestling match. It's a bit more open. It's a bit bigger. There's a few like rises and bumps. Bits of wooden and metal obstructions can be used for cover, but really nothing else there. It's very much like kind of an open. They're on one side, you're on the other. You rush in, you fight. All around it, raised on platforms, watching around the stands, is the audience. Lots and lots of criminals from Sentinel City and Butcher Town are there. So you probably notice a few familiar faces. The Disco Pharaoh has sort of a private box kind of overlooking the entire area. Everybody's talking, passing around bets, smoking, drinking, enjoying themselves. The Disco Pharaoh, who is serving as the announcer, slams his staff down a few times to get everyone quiet. And then he says, "All right, let's get ready to rumble. In this corner, we have..." And he kind of leans down. You four, what's your name? You gotta give me a team name.
The 4.
I love it. In this corner, we got the 4.
Oh, great. Now it's gonna stick.
Some of the audience is going, 4, 4, 4. And then their opponents coming straight out of Gumsville. It is some of our pinkest citizens, the Bubble Bursters, led by Sticky Fingers, and several Gumlanders, to use, that's the right term for Gumsville citizens,
Yeah.
right? They have worked their way up. There's a small Gumsville. A lot of the Gumlanders are still down in Gumsville, but some of them have migrated up and live in the city above. After their god died or ascended or whatever.
After their god became an actual god.
Yeah, after their god attained godhood. But when that happened, Troublegum left them. So things have kind of gone downhill in Gumsville. And you can sort of see it by the look of these Gumlanders.
Oh. They play with that Gumland.
Oh yeah, this is their intro music. They come into this. And there's some nasty Gumlander punks. They've got like gummy mohawks. They're wearing pink denim vests, lots of spikes. Sticky Fingers himself has some nasty double sets of gummy brass knuckles wedged into his fingers, and some very large gummy muscles that he's showing off. Disco Pharaoh says, "Place your bets and let's see who goes to the underworld first." And with that, the fight is on. So let's say one of you gets to do one thing, or maybe, well, if two of you go do one thing before the Gunlanders, before the Bubble Bursters charge you and reach you.
Can I assess the situation?
Yeah, go for it. That's one of the things, though, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to see,
Kind of wish I had.
oh my gosh.
Whoa, well, level up's coming soon. Alright, so one other
They're marking
person...
a lot of potential. Dang.
Yeah, it's like that sometimes. So somebody else can do one more thing before these Gunlanders reach you and start delivering the pain. What will it be?
Does somebody else want to assess the situation? I can say that I am not the person to do it.
What is the...
Superior.
I got a 1 superior. I guess I could do that.
Go for it.
As well.
And the situation can be about... You might notice something about this entire event.
6.
Mark potential.
Mark potential. Okay.
Maybe I should roll on it just to get some potential.
Well, it's too late because they've reached you. Sticky Fingers is coming for... Let's see. He'll probably want to take on the strongest because he's kind of an alpha male.
Oh, I'm totally in like a sort of, I guess, yeah. Tiger prefers to use the tiger style of martial arts, so he's sort of in a very ready position.
Yeah, he's coming for you and he's like, "Tiger style. I like it. How about some pink stripes?" He sent and he throws his hand, and Mr. Fantastic style, it extends his all the way out and hits you. So you're taking a powerful blow as a gummy wrecking ball fist slams into you.
Can I actually defend him?
Oh yes, go for it.
You don't mind, do you? If you... Okay, so there's going to be a psychic black shield that springs up between them.
Okay, roll for that defend.
Okay. And let's see, that is an 8. So defend.
I think you defend it, but you don't get the bonus for that one. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
Let's see. On a hit, on a 7 to 9, it costs you to expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
All right.
I do get to add something to a team pool. I'm guessing that's a typo. Take influence over someone I protect or could.
You add a point. Yes, you can use points for any of these fights too.
Take
Oh,
influence.
cool. Do we have team points currently?
So far, you got the one you earned.
When I earn.
It's not a very dangerous situation. So that's kind of it.
Yeah.
You're not facing overwhelming odds.
Okay,
You
well,
will be
then
later, perhaps.
I'll add a point to the team pool then.
Ah,
but I
okay.
guess I didn't defend him. Is that correct?
No. With the team point
Oh wait,
added,
no. It says you keep them safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So work, but you also expose yourself.
unless you
So I
want to add that
suppose-
team points.
I exposed myself to danger.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you how does this flying
So
pink
ba-
fist?
Basically, the pink fist hits the shield and stops it, but it's really blatantly obvious that I'm the one that casts the shield and that I'm focusing all my attention on the shield.
Okay, so while you're doing that, 2 Gumlanders are going for you.
Right.
They jump up, they're making clubs, baseball bats, blades out of their gummy bodies, and they're attacking you. So you're taking a powerful blow.
Okay.
As 2 gum clubs slam into you. How do you do with
Hey, I
that
get to
one?
mark potential.
Oh, and how do you avoid it as these gum
Like, even
fists?
though they think I'm not paying attention, I just wave my hand like that and another black shield pops up.
Could I actually, right after the shield goes up, could I just? I wanted to grab his arm and just toss him.
Ooh, okay, let's do the roll for that, and then we'll have maybe Lucy and then Marvin.
I'll try the assassinate Marvin first.
Wait. Is that?
It's your danger.
It's danger. Oh, well, that's fine. That's an 8.
All right.
So
This is directly engage, I would
Yes.
say. 'Cause you're taking his arm.
well,
Or his
I was gonna-
footing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I can only do 1, so
Okay.
that's fine.
You are still doing damage to him, too, when you do that.
Right.
We can come back to you if you
No,
need
it's,
to.
I was actually sort of trying to come up with a one-liner.
Oh.
Sorry. Got distracted.
You're chewed up. Ah.
No, it's more of nice move. You won't get me again with that, and just toss it.
Ooh, that's good. You know.
Okay, I think I finally understand what it says under defense. So nothing got added to the team pool. They put it in the wrong place.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
So it's only on
So I saved him, but I exposed myself to danger.
That's it.
All right. So
Okay.
you send Sticky Fingers flying back. Brave Blade, what are you doing?
I throw off my cloak,
Whoa.
and I fully draw my sword.
Oh dang.
So, what would a Gumlander be afraid of?
I would say it's kind of the existential crisis of being like alone, of having no god, of Troublegum being gone forever and never coming back.
Okay. I'm
A
going
little abstract there. I mean,
They're
maybe.
also they're also very vulnerable to fire. So that would
Yeah, that's true. Firewood or like giant teeth that chewing them up. I was thinking that's a bubblegum person might also be afraid of that too.
Right. So I'm going to try and manifest that fear into the real world.
Ooh, okay. This would be an Unleash Your Powers. I'm gonna say.
Alright, potential.
Oh, dang it. So these Gumlanders, they're kind of getting the edge here. Unless Venus can turn the tide.
I'm gonna try to
Okay.
provoke them, and just say like, oh, isn't it so sad? Everyone else has someone, and it's just you and your pink selves in this world,
Ooh, okay, roll provoke.
turning into cold gum.
Oh. They belong on the underside of a desk.
So that's a 9.
Ooh, alright, so they're gonna do. So what do you want them to do with this?
They can. So I guess. What is +1 forward? What does that mean?
That means if you want to fight them, you're gonna get +1, or if you want to +1 like in any influence rolls, you'll have the Sticky Fingers or Gumlanders. In the
Okay.
future, they'll kind of remember this one.
Okay, so,
Yeah, just +1 influence to Gunlander.
gotcha. So if I get a critical opportunity, can someone else on my team take it?
Absolutely, and I'll kind of ask around.
All right.
Maybe.
I wouldn't mind firing off some psychic constructs.
Yeah, we'll have Strange will do that one. Yeah.
Okay, so
Going for that one.
they're feeling weak and unmotivated now.
All right. They have a critical opportunity has appeared.
Okay, so now how does a critical opportunity work? Does that mean I get an additional +1? Or?
Yeah, you can roll a little lower, I think.
Okay. So I'm guessing this is a danger roll.
I would say so. This is maybe directly engage or directly engage. probably.
If there's an additional +1 on it, then it's a 10.
Okay, so you're taking 2.
Yeah.
This affects Sticky Fingers and his 3 friends as
Right.
well.
So I'm going to resist and avoid their blows and create an opportunity for my allies,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Yeah, so how do you do that?
Basically what she does is she opens up her cloak wide and just blasts of dark negative energy comes shooting out, and it's almost like kind of like a swirling small death spirals.
Whoa! A rapid fire of death
A
spirals.
rapid fire of them.
Yeah, it is just blasting through their gummy forms. Gums getting sprayed everywhere. Furious Tiger.
Is there anything that I can say significantly damage in the environment?
Oh, well, there's like bits of wood, kind of maybe some old furniture they threw in the ring for entertainment purposes, for to be used as cover in the fights, or maybe to be used as projectiles. Or perhaps if you ask the audience for something, they'll give it to you, wrestling style.
Nah. So I'm gonna see if I can pull up a China shop thing. Pull in like in a China shop move.
Okay, yeah, you can damage the ring for sure.
Yeah. So that's when I directly engage. So basically, I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go around and sort of do sort of a. Yeah, just you see me sort of like jump up and just kick. I'm basically doing a flying kick to one of the guys and have him sort of fly and just break something.
Yeah, so Jean-Claude Van Damme it. Go for it.
Yeah. Well, it's still a 7.
Okay.
Well, I guess the 1 point you got from the creating an opportunity probably
That's true.
Oh yeah. So,
Okay, so you rush over
doesn't quite.
and you just where does that flying kick go?
Let's see.
Yeah, the cool battle music.
Yeah. So because I did the China shop, so basically if there's some sort of like, well, like what does the ring look like? Is there like?
It's sort of open, but there's some raised sections that are kind of like cover or for running up and slamming on people.
Okay.
Just kind of blocky cement or wooden plywood obstructions.
Okay. Yeah. So basically the Gunlander is going to go flying back into one of those sort of cover pieces and just shatter it.
Oh yeah, and he sticks to it too.
Yeah.
He is just a splatted pink pancake as
Okay.
this breaks and falls
Okay.
down.
So and because I broke something and did collateral damage, I get to choose an additional option.
Oh, cool.
So I get 2 instead of 1.
So what will that other one be?
I guess it would be resist or avoid the blows.
Okay. So a few of the other Gunlanders take some swings at you with some jabs, but how do you avoid them?
Basically, it's all I've seen all of this before, and so I'm just sort of deflecting and kind of
Yeah. Ward off their blows. And at this point, they realize they can't defeat you. Sticky Fingers is totally flattened. He waves up a little hand. He's like, "All right, that's enough, guys. Can anybody give me a spatula to peel me off of here?"
I just use telekinesis and poop him out.
Yeah, he's still like a flat man.
I poop him out. No, I pop him off the ground.
Yeah, well, it's very appropriate because he kind of looks like a big thing of pink poo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can roll to unleash my powers if you want to see if I can pull him off the ground.
Sure, let's see how it happens. You get him off the ground, but
7.
okay, so he's off there, but he's still just like a big, nasty, gooey kind of puddle. And he sort of scoots himself off with his friends helping him.
All right.
So, round 1, the victors are the 4. Disco Pharaoh says, "Go, rest, enjoy the party, which will be coming up soon
But I've
for
barely
round 2.
exerted myself.
That was actually easier than I was expecting.
Well, it
Sword
was
didn't
round
listen to
1.
me at all.
So you were ushered off of the ring as the next 2 teams go after each other. And now you have a little bit of time to sort of mingle with the guests, and you start to notice some weird things. Marvin, or Brave Blade, it's actually your sword. It is starting to whisper to you. It's whispering, "The mistress is here.
The mistress.
Look over there in the box. She's
What?
planning something."
What
And
does she
you
look like?
and you look up and you can see this is not the box where the Disco Pharaoh is, but next to it, where a lot of the city's other crime lords are hanging out. The Shadow Shogun, perhaps, who runs the Shadow Ninja Dragon Clan, might be in there. But 2 others are in conversation. One of who you recognize, and you would definitely recognize, but one of whom who you do not recognize, who is a newcomer to Butchertown. And actually, Strangel, you're starting to get a lot of psychic vibes from her as well.
Sure, can I do a assess the situation?
Yes. Let me tell you. Why don't you roll it? I'll tell you what's going on with her and what she looks like.
I don't know.
Okay, so there's something about her, but that's about as far as you know.
Yeah. I don't
Shall I
want you to
roll
give
too?
me information that my character can't actually glean.
Right. It's just sort of there's a nagging sensation in the back of your head that you know her, and it's bad. She is wearing all red, dressed maybe even a little bit like Venus over there is, but much more classically dressed. It's like she's sort of wearing a 40s, 50s, or maybe even older style outfit with kind of a red veil hiding the upper half of her face. Very, very pale skin, which you can see. Very white teeth when she smiles, which is rare. But it's a blinding smile, and totally totally blood red lips. And she is deep in conversation with a weird, hairy individual who is a tangled mass of bleached blonde white hair. He's wearing like a white leather jacket and a t-shirt with a big peace sign belt buckle. And he has very large aviator sunglasses hiding his eyes. And when he looks down, you can see he has wild, crazy, bulging eyes. And this is a guy named Jabberwocky. He's the head of the Momerats gang. He's definitely into peddling drugs of all kinds, particularly one that his group manufactures called White Rabbit.
And of course he does.
Yeah, as you can tell, he's got a Lewis Carroll thing going for him. He and this woman in red are deep in conversation. You can see him like smiling and
I'm
nodding.
guessing he goes snicker snack a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
So we've got Jabberwocky and the Queen of Hearts up there.
It's not the Queen of Hearts.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. She wore a broad brimmed hat.
Okay.
This one's wearing like a kind of a pillbox thing with a veil hiding her face.
I want to send her a telepathic message.
Okay. Yeah, you notice this. I think you, Brave Blade, you point this all out, this, that your sword is interested in this.
He's never really been interested in anyone.
Nor would he be.
He says, I fear her. Long ago, one close to her wielded me.
And that is strange. Usually we're the ones causing something to fear.
So, for telepathy, is that free or superior?
I would say this is going to be Unleash Your Powers.
Yeah, okay. So that's 8.
Okay, so yeah, I think eight that's over the threshold. So you do it. So what message do you send to her?
I love your dress.
Whoa, okay. She sends back, you can see her, like, she pauses and looks straight down at you. And she shows off her teeth, and you can see vampire fangs. Just like that. It's definitely like a warning, like a back off. She's not really psychically communicating with you back. She doesn't really have telepathy. But you do get, when you contacted her, her mind, there was something wrong about it. It's an undead kind of mind. It's like reading a corpse's mind, but thoughts are still etched on the dead gray matter.
So I tell all of you that.
Are you sure she's definitely a vampire? A lot of times people think that I'm a vampire and I'm...
Why would they think that?
I'm more accurately half a demon.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not
but-
entirely sure without being
but-
closer to her.
Definitely makes things better.
If you say she's undead, that
That would imply
would
vampire.
imply vampirism.
So you can see she is walking out on the platform. Jabberwocky's staying put. He's kind of he's ready to watch the next match. And you can see some of his gang, the Mome Rats, who are all they have white painted faces. They look kind of like mimes, but sort of like evil hippie mimes. Yeah, kind of a scary look. Lots of ragged denim, lots of sort of weird wasted appearances. They form ranks in front of her as she walks away.
Been more of like a card motif.
A little bit. So, you have just a little bit of time before the second round's about to begin.
Are there any teams fighting right now?
Yeah, there's a match going on. It's like you're gonna face the champion of this match.
Oh.
So everyone's attention is on the fight going on right now.
Is there a way to rig the match? Actually, I'm going to do that myself.
Ooh, okay. So right now the match is between some of the Shadow Ninjas, and then
I'm
another.
Totally studying their I'm totally studying their technique.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, that's what I was playing.
Yeah, they're actually like they're not Japanese, and they just like dressing up as ninjas and pretending to be ninjas. They're not really ninjas. It's very much like they they put t-shirts into their ninja masks and get a bunch of swords. They go and throw
There's
shurikens.
no technique. With
Yes, but I don't know any of that. As far as I know, they're really good at it.
These are the best ninjas I've ever seen. But however, the team so you want to make the worst team win, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay,
Make
well,
the worst team win, or make the best team want to throw their match against us.
all right. Well, you would have to decide. They're going against a group called Simian Slam, led by Big Fuzz. These are gorillas from Gorilla Town or Banana Town, who you are sort of familiar with from our Silver Age art. These are just some nasty gorillas wearing like wrestler outfits, and they are thrown down against the ninjas.
Super strong gorillas versus dumbasses with swords. I'm gonna pick the guys with the swords. So I'm gonna draw my sword, only partially, and send out like a wave of fear that says to the gorillas, throw the match.
Ooh, okay. Give me Unleash Your Powers.
Well,
See how Simian
isn't throwing
Slam is.
a match like a criminal action though?
I would say so, yeah, because you're rigging a fight.
So yeah.
Making them take a dive.
So provoke someone to criminal or villainous action, I can use danger instead of superior.
Go for it.
So that's a 14.
Okay.
That's just...
I'm also gonna throw some money on the ninjas.
So what do you do? What message do you send to Simian Slam to make them lose?
I'm going to make the ninjas appear as not the amateurs they look like, but as like badasses.
All right, these shadow dragon ninjas are now terrifying. The gorillas fumble, and somehow the shadow dragon ninjas come out victorious. The gorillas just like give up and are hustled out. Everyone's surprised. You win a lot of money on this one.
Oh yes.
And now it is time for round 2.
Does the house take some gains?
Oh yeah, they're getting some. Disco Pharaoh, he kind of like, he's looking down on you, he sort of realizes what you did. he has some suspicions that you were the one responsible for this enormous upset.
Max
And
used the money.
that's true, and he gives you a nod. It's like showing some respect there. So you are ushered in to your section of the match. Disco Pharaoh slams the staff down for the attention. In this corner, the 4 coming up against them. Our next winners, the Shadow Dragon Ninja Clan.
You're welcome, guys.
The Shadow Dragons are like, come on, guys, let's show them what real ninjas can do. Yeah.
After that statement, I'm like, you are no ninja. You don't even know martial arts.
Hey, eat my throwing star, dude. He throws a throwing star at you. Taking a powerful.
I'm gonna try catching.
Oh, all right. Give me unleash your powers for that. I'm not even gonna make you take a powerful blow. It's like, he bought it at a county fair kind of thing.
It's made out of plastic.
Let's say they're just cosplayers.
That's a 7. So
For this guy, it's enough. You catch this throwing star. They're kind of alarmed.
like
What do the rest of you guys do? Let's have Venus. What are you doing? And then Strange.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my little spaceship, my vehicle, and I'm gonna enlarge it. And I'm gonna jump in it and send out pheromones to make them just be like, "Oh, you've already won the fight. No need to do all this. You're bigger men than this. Just go home and enjoy your time with your family."
All right, give me. Let's see. I think they're probably directly engaged because you're taking.
Would that not be like? Is it kind of like provoking?
Oh yeah, we can use that provoke. Yeah, that's actually way better because you're making them do something. I was gonna be like, you take their will to fight, but provoke is way more appropriate
So that's
for that
an
one.
8.
Okay, so a lot of them are doing it. They're like, wait a minute, maybe being a ninja isn't that cool, and they're starting to kind of lower their katanas. Strangely.
Okay, and that is when I create a giant psychic construct of a black dragon with glowing yellow eyes that swoops down on them to attack.
Ooh.
It's physically attacking them too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Give me unleash your
Have to
powers.
do it. And instead it's a bunny, a little black bunny with glowing eyes, and it hops across the floor,
Oh,
and it's just really adorable.
the leader's pretty. Yeah, the leader's pretty cute. Or the leader of these ninjas is like, aw. Up in the stands, the Shadow Shogun is like, tear them apart. So one of these ninjas recovers. He takes his sword. He is swinging at. I'm gonna say Brave Blade. Because you got a sword, he's got a sword. He wants to put his sword against yours. So you're taking the powerful blows. He
I guess my
swings the
bunny's
sword
gonna be
down.
scared of them.
you mind if I defend?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Oh wait, and because you are my rival, I can do plus danger, which makes it.
Oh, you guys
9.
are rivals?
Yeah.
I just met you.
He makes
doesn't
anybody
like
his rival. Yeah.
Who's your love?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Perhaps you will as this
Probably
goes
not,
on.
with all the pheromones.
Possibly Eric.
It might be.
when he comes in.
Or maybe he loves the darkness.
So yeah, it's a success. I think it was like a 9. Yeah, it was a 9. So.
Okay, so how do you defend as this katana's coming down? It is an actually sharp, dangerous sword, even if it is like...
Yeah.
I'm still
Not
prepared
really the
to
most
go
skillful.
all-out sword duel with this guy. But
I
then
basically just grab his arm and just be like, "Do you even know how to use that?"
does it matter if he knows how to use it? I was about to school him.
I took a bunch of lessons that I got in the back of a comic book, man. I sent in for them.
The bunny is viciously chewing on his pants.
Ah, stupid bunny.
Let me show you what true training is. And I basically just
Shove your hand in his
I know the
grab
Dim
it.
Mak Death Touch. That's what I'm thinking of. There was that. One of the famous comic book ads is the, write in and they're send us the money. We'll send you the guy to do the Dim Mak Death Touch, like a very very fake white guy kung fu ninja thing. That
you do realize that's not an actual technique.
the Dim Mak Death Touch.
I'm totally just taking. I'm gonna try and take him out with one punch.
Okay.
Would that be?
I would say directly engage.
Yeah.
maybe Brave Blade could finish the fight here.
9.
Nice.
Yeah. So how do you take him down? Or how does that one punch work?
Actually, I'm gonna. Even though this probably hasn't happened yet, I'm going to pull a Bruce Lee and do the 1-inch punch and just send him flying.
Oh dang! I mean, I think Bruce Lee's happened. That's
Well, I
kind
don't
of
know if
what
he's
got-
actually created the 1-inch punch yet.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Bruce Lee has been in a few films, and
Yeah. That's probably why these guys are so into not ninjas, but the whole martial arts thing.
Yeah.
I think ninja popularity is also exploding around this time.
yeah. So yeah, basically, I'm just like, this is a true technique, and just and send him like flying 10 feet.
Oh yeah, he just goes careening, crashing his way down the ring. Some of the other ninjas are starting to move in on you, but they're definitely shaking and freaking out a bit. So Brave Blade, how do you end this one?
I'm not even gonna draw my sword. I'm just gonna walk up to them and say, guys, your whole act is a sham. You're not ninjas. You're not really much of anything. You're pathetic. You're losers. Get out of my sight.
Give me a provoke.
Wow. 6.
Can I do something?
Or
Yes.
do we still have a team point?
You did spend it.
Damn.
Okay,
But
yeah,
but
no,
overall,
yeah.
no, actually, I'm not giving you that this is a dangerous situation point because it's really not with these guys. Trust me, it's coming though.
So I'm
Strangel, yeah.
I'm going to try to modify the bunny. So I'm going to try to turn it into a giant death bunny.
Yes, I thought you were gonna go like Monty Python with it.
Yes.
But I like this idea of becoming a kind of a Donnie Darko.
Yeah, I was debating the Monty Python thing, but I thought just giant, terrifying bunny would be hilarious.
little bunny with nasty big pointy teeth.
That's a 7.
Okay.
So, I mean, if we're viewing it as unleash your powers, it's temporary. If we're viewing it as directly engage your threat, it's impress, surprise, or frighten.
Okay, we'll say it's the directly engage. Get the impress, surprise, and frighten.
Right. So all of a sudden, the little friendly bunny turns into this giant bunny monster that breathes black fire everywhere.
And
Whoa.
to emphasize my point.
To emphasize his point.
Yeah, these ninjas. Their leader says, "That cute bunny became a monster. I don't know what to trust anymore." Oh, and he throws out his katana. And they go up, and you guys are the winners of round 2.
Nice. Break their swords.
They're not too hard to break.
Yeah.
The Shadow Dragons walk off. Everyone applauds your victory, and now
These are the worst
Are these like
fighters.
these like
How
dollar
is
store
anybody
like
making money?
katanas?
pretty much.
Okay.
Well, the gorillas were pretty good fighters until you scared them away. And there are some other good fighters there, as well as just a large amount of the Butchertown populace in the audience there.
All right. Then.
So now it's between rounds once more, getting ready for round 3. And as you guys head back to join the audience, you can see that the Mome Wraiths, a lot of them have headed out to sort of a, not backstage, but an adjacent area off to the side. Looks like they're up to something. That woman in red has not quite appeared just yet, and the Jabberwocky, he's also departed. Not the premises, perhaps, but he's not watching the match anymore, which seems odd.
Can I I don't know if I should approach. I guess I'll approach them and try to use my phones and be like, so, what is happening? Tell me, what are you guys doing here?
Ooh, okay. So go to one of the Mome Wraiths. You get to one who's got... Maybe he's got some card symbols mixed in with his weird mime face paint.
It's a 7.
I think it's still.
Yeah, I think that works for Provoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's like you only get one option. I
7 or
think.
9, only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can make him do what you want, or
Okay.
get some of those other things.
I guess I want him to just be like my little spy in the group. Just
So if
keep
you
an eye
wanted
on what's
to,
going on. Let me know. Here's my number.
so that seems like you want to gain influence over him.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that. You influence this guy. I gotta give him like a cool They come with an Alice in Wonderland S name. It's like if
Tweedledee or Tweedledum?
yeah, this guy's more of a Tweedledum, let's say.
He could be the walrus or the carpenter.
No, he's not cool enough because there's a bunch of canny operators who talk a bunch of oysters into killing themselves, pretty much. This guy's a Tweedledum for sure. So Tweedledum says, "We're just getting it ready, getting the dose ready to give everybody. It's what the boss wants. We all do what the boss wants."
No.
I'm gonna portal in.
Go to that back room there.
Yeah, so portal is mark your Doomtrap to appear in any scene you want. I want to appear just really creepy-like behind them and be like,
Oh, between her and Tweedledum, you mean?
well, like behind the group of people. I
Right,
guess.
behind the kind of phalanx of mome
Yeah.
rats. Yeah.
And just be like, what are you planning to dose with?
Ooh, and he says, he's freaked out a little bit by this sudden appearance. I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
Oh,
He says, well, it's, I don't really know. The boss, it's need to know. He's a real smart man. He knows it all. He says we don't got to. That the Red Woman, the Red Queen, she got the idea. She tells us what's gonna happen. He says it's gonna change things, make things right in this city.
and do you have one of these doses with you?
Oh no, they're all back there in that room, kept in certain crates. We're not allowed to touch them. It's bad.
But that's just reverse psychology. They're trying to encourage you to go and...
Okay, this is getting another provoke, but you have a +1 with him, so
Oh, okay.
claiming an order is reverse psychology.
All right.
That's that's a good move.
That is... it was a 10?
Oh, okay. So he buys it. He really is a Tweedledum.
I mean,
Maybe you're right. Maybe the boss
You
does
gotta
want
show
me.
them that you're a leader. that you
Yeah,
can take-
yeah. I dig it.
See my teeth? I'm clearly associated with that woman.
Absolutely, the Empress.
I just noticed.
You're with the
that
Empress. I didn't just notice them. He says,
You should
so,
take us.
ooh, okay. Just you two?
We're the ones that are here.
Yeah,
All right.
no.
You guys are just enjoying the next round.
Oh, I'm
Getting-
stuck.
or just
Yeah.
or the kind of between rounds.
I'm seriously tempted to rig it again.
Well, it's going to be you're going to be taking on the champions from the last fight night.
Oh,
So there's sort of a kind of B event going on,
okay.
which is I don't know, things like
Moses.
some. It's like some gladiatorial combat between like a talking dog and a Pegasus. I was trying to think of weird things that are in this comic book world. There's lots of Greek stuff, so
Talking.
sure. There's talking animals.
Draw it.
It's more for entertainment than for the actual combat. So
like an underdog kind of thing.
yeah, it's an underdog. Maybe I'm trying. It's like an underground comics thing. So it's like a rad X-rated animated talking cartoon cat who's who's fighting it out with like a minotaur.
Fritz,
Yes.
that's what it was.
Yes, I will say it's an underground comics funny animal fighting a minotaur.
Yeah, it's like a tag team of Howard the Duck and Fritz the Cat.
Absolutely. Man, the 70s so weird for comics and everything else. So you guys follow Tweedledum into this back area, and you can see more mome wraiths are there, but actually there's some of the Empress's goons too. They are all dressed in black, unlike her red, and they are totally pale, totally hairless. These guys with the vampire fangs, they're not trying to hide it. They're Nosferatu types. They're hunched over, and all of them are getting these crates, and you can see they're like kind of wooden cages. Inside, you can see bat wings. Bats moving about, fluttering within the cages. And they're setting them up, getting them closer and closer to the doors. Jabberwocky and the Crimson Empress are kind of watching these preparations. Are you guys trying to hide as Tweedledum walks in?
I would say I would try to hide.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you hide? There are lots of shadows. It's a shadowy. Lots of props from the fights, props from the Annihilator there. So there's lots of sphinxes, big pharaoh heads, all kinds of things set around here. Sort of unused prop room.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just gonna try to blend into the darkness because I'm completely wearing black. I just pull my hood a little bit more.
Sure. Let's have you roll mundane
Okay.
to blend in. Maybe you'll get spotted. You're not trying to hide Venus, are you?
Well, I get to mark potential.
Cool. And they notice you.
Oh, golly, I
Venus,
just
how about
leveled
you?
up.
I'm
Oh, awesome.
gonna go closer. Let's see. I guess because Tweedledum is still walking towards them.
Yeah, he's just kind of blindly walking in, heading towards. He's actually heading towards one of those cages where the bats are.
Okay. And where are they in location to the door and everything?
They're in the middle of the room, so they will notice you unless you do something.
I have unlocked my moment of truth.
Ooh, all right. Well, let's have let me know when that's coming. That might happen later. So
Can I use it now?
let's see what Venus wants to do, and then maybe you can decide.
Okay, so I am just gonna be like giggling, ha ha ha, and then push one of the nearest crates over. And
Oh man. Okay. So are you trying to break the crate open? Because they're fragile. They're made to break.
Yes, and also it's kind of like the first thing I think of when they're there. I didn't think that they were gonna be there, so I'm here by accident.
Oh, okay. So that crate smashes open and a bat comes out. It is a nasty-looking vampire bat with those big, that's kind of the snub nose, the big ears. It flies right into Tweedledum's neck and sinks its fangs in and starts going to work.
Okay. Can I do my thing now?
Yeah, Jabberwocky and the Crimson Empress have both noticed.
So, I take my hood off. I'm gonna read my moment of truth out loud.
Yeah.
The prickly tingling of fear of your doom, always in your head, it holds you back most of the time. But right here, right now, it gives you the confidence to do anything. After all, what's the worst that could happen? What's worse than your doom? Do impossible things. Do anything. But mark a doom sign after you're finished. So, I say, greetings, children of the night. I am named Strangel, but more accurately, I am the heart of a collapsing star. And you vampires, I think you know what a star is. And I unleash sunlight into the whole room, just flooding it out like a burst of supernova energy.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, these bats, most of them who are stuck in the cages, they are just dust. The vampire goons who the Crimson Empress brought, the Nosferatu types, they are... Quite a lot of them are dust as well, just and the dust getting blown away by the blast. Some of them manage to leap for cover and hide.
Yes.
The Crimson Empress, though, you can tell she's not liking this. She's wavering under the blast, and you can see her flesh is starting to peel back. You can see the rot there.
Oh.
But she is a vampire so powerful that she can withstand this kind of sunlight.
Right.
She says, I have walked this earth for centuries. I have bathed in blood. Do you really think your son can harm me?
I rise off of the ground because telekinesis.
Mm-hmm.
Just using telekinesis on myself. Even now your flesh burns and crackles, weak dead one. You are no match for my power, and even if you can withstand mine, my father comes soon to purge scum like you from this earth. You abortion, you abomination, you corruption. Flee from my presence.
She's like, she's just kind of calmly, even as her flesh is being ripped away and she's sort of decaying before your eyes, she just looks up at you and says, your father, little girl? Who is that?
My father's name, spoken for the eons, even before you were a child, is Paragon the Arbiter, consumer of galaxies, and after him, nothing remains. Not even your pathetic unlife.
Ooh. She smiles a little bit at that, actually. And she says, Paragon. I am the Crimson Empress. I rule the hegemony of horrors. You could certainly find a place within our ranks. When your father comes, perhaps it would be good if his daughter was there to greet him. And then she turns into a bat, a big cloud of dust, or smoke, and a large bat with reddish tinted fur flies outward, flies past you, and is heading into the main room. Meanwhile, Jabberwocky, he's not a vampire.
Yeah.
And he's wearing sunglasses. So your Sunny Blast has knocked him a bit back as well. But he dashes kind of to the back of the room and he says, "Ruin my night, showing me up. I'll show you. Everyone's looking down on Jabberwocky. Well, I'll snicker snack a lot of them." And he comes up holding a grenade launcher.
Okay.
And he starts mumbling to himself as he snaps it open and puts a grenade in. "Beware the Jabberwock, my son. The eyes that burn, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub burn, and shun the frumerous Bandersnatch. And here's the Bandersnatch for you." And he fires and shoots the grenade launcher at both of you. So you're each taking a powerful blow. Unless, Venus, you can do something real quick.
I guess I couldn't do anything as he was loading the grenade.
He did it pretty quickly.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to see if I can create a moat or like a barrier around him so that when he fires, he's...
Yeah, that projectile is on your way. This guy, you can try manipulating him, but he's real crazy. So.
Oh, no, I meant just like putting a barrier
Oh,
around
okay.
him.
Yes. Energy barrier. Cool. How'd you do?
8.
Okay, so that's Unleash Your Powers, right?
Yeah. Actually, whatever you... Oh, okay. So for this one, I got a character. I'm gonna be contacting my people, or trying to contact my people for receiving a useful piece of alien technology that allows me to use an ability from any other handbook.
Oh, all right.
So with that, I hold 2. So I'm gonna be able to use the Nova's barrier to like keep him in his little area. Nothing can get out. And then I'm also going to create, I guess, a shield for the grenades that have been launched right in front of us.
Oh, sure. Okay. So your shield. Oh, you get to roll for that one. Or
I did, yeah.
You got the 8 for that. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
All right. So you use that instead of for the moat. All right, cool. So your shield. Good news, catches the grenade. You're not harmed. No powerful blows. But the blast does knock you back. It sends you back through the door, crashing into the Mome Rats, and you join your friends in the main hall there. Just as the third round is starting, so Disco Pharaoh pounds a staff and says, "The 4, over there."
You guys missed the most amazing fight.
We were
A
just...
cartoon cat fought a minotaur.
We were only doing girl things. We went to the bathroom together, like girls do.
Yes, and powdered our noses.
Yes, nothing interesting happened with us.
Sister.
I am so jealous of you.
As you're saying this, the champions come out. He says, Disco Pharaoh says, "The reigning champs, the Pigeon Prince, and Feathered Fury."
What the fuck?
So Pigeon Prince walks out,
Fishy Prince.
and his 3 fighters are there who are giant birds, like giant eagles, falcons, hawks.
He's changed, man.
Yeah, Pigeon Prince he's looking a little more badass now.
Apparently.
He's actually got, his hands are turned to talons.
Oh,
His face is looking a little bit more beaky and feathery. This is like a new artist taking over and like, we gotta turn that Pigeon Prince character in a new direction.
Oh, he
Yeah.
is
Turn him into a bird or something, I don't know.
Somebody came on and was like, "Who's your least popular villain?" And they're like, "Oh, Pigeon Prince."
Yeah, absolutely.
Do whatever you want with him.
He
Make
has
him
got
dark.
to be my friend in a low place.
Okay, yes.
He has got to be.
We will say that. So, he comes out, he spots you.
He is a prince.
Blade.
I was a king.
That's true. He gives you a nod. He's like, the king. Oh, I gotta make his voice. Maybe his voice has changed. No, it's still the same. "Oh, the king has joined my avian court." How are you, sir?
I'm no longer a king, my dear prince.
That is a pity. Do you wish to engage me and my avian champions in combat?
Once again, it'll be like old times.
I should think so. And he pauses and says, but I'm afraid we might have other problems. As he's saying this, Jabberwocky charges through. He still has that grenade launcher, but he is like more and more guns strapped to him. The Mome Rats are coming out. They're all packing assault rifles and heavy weapons as well. And as the dog rushes through, Jabberwocky just points over to his gang, and he says, "They ruined my big night. Their Vorpal blade took off my head, but that ain't how it's happening. They're not going galumphing back. They don't know the kind of trip that I'm on, man. Tear them apart, level this place. Let chaos and nonsense reign." And as he's saying this, the Crimson Empress in her giant bat form is also coming down to attack. So now it is the final battle
Pigeon Prince,
in a form.
fight alongside us.
It shall be an honor,
Gonna mark
Secret King.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark an obligation with him,
Okay.
just so he can help us.
And his giant birds are flying in to attack the gun-toting Mome Rats. Where the rest, I think, Venus.
Yes. So I want to have my vehicle and send the pheromones, but instead of sending it to the Mome Rats, I'm going to try to control the crowds so that they overpower them. So that they surround
using the
them.
crowd to attack. Using the crowd to rush an army of gun-toting, drugged up psychos? Okay.
Well, they're criminals.
That's true. They are criminals who are watching an illegal underground death fight.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
These people get... I mark a doom sign when I injure innocent people. Now, if these people get injured because of something she did, am I cool?
You're cool. It's not your doing. Also, these people aren't innocent. They're all...
Alright.
It's time to watch a They just watched a cartoon cat fight a minotaur, okay? They're not innocent.
So that's an 8.
That's cruelty to animals in several ways. So how'd you do, Nina?
So that's an 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
8 it's temporary, or... 8's partial success for Unleash Your Powers, I think?
But for provoking.
Oh, for provoking. Okay, I see.
So.
All right.
Yeah. So I guess I just.
That's only the one.
It's only one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I provoke the crowd.
You do, and you get to pick one more of those things, I think. Because you don't want the crowd to stumble, and I don't know, getting influence over a whole crowd might be kind of weird. Let's say you get influence over a Disco Pharaoh.
Okay.
He sees you like turning his audience of colorfully attired criminals into a human wave, and he's like, "Oh, that woman's got something." They charge in. A lot of them do get shot, wounded as they're rushing the Mome Rats, but they charge in and start trying to rip the guns out of their hands.
I'm going straight for
Jabberwocky?
Jabberwocky. Yeah.
Okay. There is also the giant bat, the Crimson Empress, above everybody.
That's who I was going to go after. I was just waiting my turn.
Okay, cool. Let's have you go, and then Strangel, and then
I'll tell
Brayblade and his Pigeon Prince bird army. Yeah, they'll do what you tell them at this point. So,
Alright,
Furious
so-
Tiger. First of all, you got to get to him too, because he's kind of behind his Mome Rats.
Yeah. Trying to think. I don't know if I could probably jump over them, do like a sort of acrobatic kind of a thing, just sort of not quite vault, but at least pretty much vaulting over the little ones.
Yeah, sure.
And then getting towards him. So do you want that to be two separate things, or just go?
Let's make the one. Let's make the one.
Okay. So
I'll make it all directly engage. Yeah.
All right. And I'm gonna try and put him through the wall.
Ooh. Okay. We'll definitely get the bull in the china shop for this
Yeah.
one, I think.
That was my intention. 9.
Yeah, you just swing down, grab him up, and you smash him straight through that wall. So which two are you picking? Or 3, I guess.
Let's see. Let's go with. We'll resist and avoid, and I'm gonna
try and frighten the minions.
Okay, I would say so. I mean, you leapt over them, grabbed their boss, and sent him flying straight through a wall. There he is, getting smashed through. He fires his grenade launcher, but the shot goes wide, blows into the ceiling. By now, police sirens are coming in too, because there are several explosions and a huge blast of sunlight. Even in Butchertown, that's weird. Strange. What are you doing about this giant vampire bat about to attack?
So, since he said he wanted to tag team, I'm actually going to use my telekinesis to raise him up into the air to fight. The
cool.
giant vampire bat with his sword. Because I know
Okay.
the sword is very powerful.
All right.
Let's get this on.
So, I guess that's an unleash your powers on my part.
Yeah,
to try to
I'll roll that one.
overtake.
Not too difficult for you, though. I'll kind of lower difficulty a little bit for this one.
Let's see, so that's an 8.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, wait, sorry, a 9.
Ah, perfect. So you levitate him up. He's holding up the sword, Brave Blade.
Alright, as I'm going to fight her, I'm going to try and appear as the thing she might fear the most.
Ooh, okay.
So, I don't know, would this be directly engaged since I'm still trying to fight her?
Let's do unleash your powers to appear as what she fears.
Nope.
Okay, well, you don't quite look like what she's afraid
I am
of,
just
but
the guy with the sword.
you're still a guy with a sword, which is plenty scary.
Alright,
So this giant vampire bat's coming towards you. What do?
Alright, I'm gonna fight her.
Okay.
Mano a mano. Bat versus sword.
Can I do one other thing to his sword, by the way?
Yeah. Let's pause that roll. What'd you do? What do you do, Strangel?
Well, because I have marked another doom sign, the new doom sign that I marked was to use an ability from any playbook. So his sword is now blasted with radiance, because I have used
nice.
heliokinesis on it.
Oh,
Nice.
cool. So that will do. So that's really bad for a vampire.
Yeah. You're
And-
welcome. Merry Christmas.
Right on! And I rolled a 13.
And now it is a Sunblade for any D&D fans out there. And you take that Sunblade. What do you do with it? To the vampire, to the Crimson Empress.
You can choose to.
So choose two.
You can take her flight.
Oh yeah, cut her wings from it. Alright, I'll take her wings,
Whoa! You just slice up those wings.
and I'm gonna create
Vampire
a
body falls
opportunity
down
for
to
my
steaming
allies.
mass.
Cool.
Yeah, she's still dangerous. She's still flashing her fangs. I will say she's coming for you, Venus.
What was the name of her organization again? The Monsters?
The hegemony of horrors.
So she's coming down.
Yes, so I'm going to try to contact my people to get another.
Yeah, device.
Yeah. Wow, that is a 14.
Whoa!
Yeah.
They are
so-
sending over whatever you need.
So I'm gonna get. Where's that one?
Like good express service.
I know, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna do that reality storm from
Ooh.
Nova, and then just blast her as she's coming towards me.
Yeah, so an alien invention is helping you do this attack. All right.
Yep.
So your reality storm, what does it look like on her?
I'm so it channels the other through like these red little waves. It's like intense pheromones, and then it's just this ball of. I actually don't know the name of any pheromones, but just call it pH. A ball of pH,
Sure.
just throwing right at her face.
Yeah.
She's gonna be so overwhelmed with emotions and hormones that she's
Well, yeah, and she's been around for thousands of years, and this bat, this wingless bat, is just shaking, writhing. It cannot take any more. It turns into a cloud, which catches the wind and flies upwards through the ceiling. By now, the police have arrived. They're starting to burst in, arrest everybody. The crowd is running away. The Momwraiths, Jabberwocky, they're all running away, and it is pure chaos.
More
Time to
villains. Are we not destroying these new villains?
Oh, the police?
Those aren't villains. Those are the law.
fashionably late as always.
Oh, are we running from them?
Might be a good idea. While we are attempting to be heroes, we've been caught in a precarious and illegal situation.
Did we honestly do anything heroic tonight?
Yeah.
I killed a lot of vampires,
Yeah.
but your character doesn't know that.
Well, Venus knows that.
We drove away the ice king.
Yeah. So as you guys are talking, some police officers head over towards you, and at first it looks like they're about to gruffly accost you, but then a familiar face to you two who are in the SOS, and you've probably seen them around, says out, officers, stop, they're with me, they're heroes. The cops grudgingly move back, and then a superhero who is a giant humanoid alligator comes over, or a caiman. This is a Maracaiman. Yeah, he's very patriotic. He's got kind of a Captain America patriotic red, white, and blue uniform over his scaly hide. He approaches and says, well, looks like you guys stirring up trouble, huh? And who are your friends?
Well, we seem to have met some powered individuals. This is Strangel and Venus.
Oh, he looks at you for a while. He's like, oh, I think the professor has talked with you, right?
Yes, we've discussed defeating Paragon the Arbiter before he consumes your Earth.
Ooh, very important. Gotta save that world.
Yes. Also, we managed to stop several people from being turned into vampires tonight
You did? When did this happen?
while we were in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You fought vampires in the bathroom?
We were very efficient. You could hardly hear a thing.
They are good.
We turned on a faucet.
Amira came and says, yeah, you guys, look, even though they were criminals, if a bunch of vampire bats turned them all into vampires, that would make things much more troublesome. Real bad here in Butchertown. I appreciate what you guys are doing. And fighting the hegemony of horrors, especially stopping them here, that means a lot. I'll tell you what, next week, this big event over at the SOS headquarters. It's going to be a wedding of some of our oldest members. We want to see some of you new young heroes too. So all you 4 heroes are invented. It will be happening. Isn't that what the kids say?
I am a hero?
Yeah.
I give him a big hug.
And he says, groovy. That's what the kids say, right?
We're celebrating love.
We're officially heroes now.
You really are. And he gives you a big toothy smile. And you smile back with your fangs. And that is where this issue, with that fangy smile from Strangel, is where this issue draws to a close. Your first victory over the forces of evil.
Yay.
Yay!
That means we paid a high cost for victory. What was it? I don't know yet.
You weren't able to get the money for.
Oh, that's true. You really didn't get that money, but
Hey, I came out of it with a good 10K.
that's true. You did get a lot of money from betting on the Shadow Ninja.
We
before they
never
embarked it.
speak of that, by the way.
I would say Disco Pharaoh can still wire you some cash for winning as much as you did. So you have enough to give to Fappy's Deli.
Alrighty.
So let's go around. Tell me the end of session stuff. And trust me, there is some bad stuff on the way for the entire city that you will have to deal with. So we'll kind of go the opposite way. We'll start with Nick. So tell me, which one of those last ones do you feel at the end of this mission? In this issue.
That's a good question.
Did you grow more into your own image as a hero, closer to the team, or grow away from the team? Before. Great name.
She's very literal.
Yeah, hey, it works. It's like the Fab Four without the Fab.
Yeah. Or the Fantastic Four without the
That's true.
I guess I wouldn't say that like there was anyone who particularly felt like there wasn't anyone who really, at least anyone in particular who made me feel welcome into the team. But it was sort of, I would say, sort of in general, I guess this new team is has a lot of potential to help out and to hopefully do some good.
Oh, I would say so.
So
Make some money on the side.
Yeah. Venus, how'd you feel?
Venus definitely grew closer to the team. Most strangle. Angel.
Yeah, I'm loving
I mean,
this.
it is basically strangled just when it flopped around.
Yeah, I'm loving this friendship, but
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, we're really. I was about to say
Yeah.
same here. So I was going to give influence to her.
Yeah.
So we're giving influence to each
Cool.
other.
So you kind of trade influence there,
Yes.
and
Which is
Bracelet.
nice since our last character's.
I know it's all DXG and Treblegum did not get along, but these two did.
And that also means we get to mark potential, right?
I
Yeah.
think it's either or. Yeah, I think there's an
And
or.
grow closer to it.
Oh.
Yeah. So you either
Now it says clear condition
clear
or mark
condition
potential.
or- okay, and clear. Oh, okay, cool.
Ray Blade, how are you
We're
feeling?
influencing each other.
I think definitely feeling coming into an image of himself. Recognized as a hero for the first time after a life of villainy.
Oh, absolutely. The SOS is definitely putting you. You're moving up in their ranks for sure.
Yeah.
and they see you as a
definitely
hero.
Feeling good, feeling good. Isn't that right, buddy?
Oh, nice. Well, kind of an optimistic start to the Bronze Age. But hey, glad it all worked out so far, and we'll all be back next week with issue 2, which is going to be called No Age for Heroes, and we'll see a superhero wedding. And those always go right.
Yeah, that's like whenever somebody gets a girlfriend in a comic book, it's like, oh, that's not nice.
Thank you. Very awesome. We did get a couple new followers tonight, and I always want to give them a live shout out. Well, we'll do this first. We got to do this first. 2 new followers tonight. Demon Lord Nemi
Potential.
and Orcs Make Beautiful Lovers
They really do.
is another follower tonight.
Love it.
I really enjoy that name. That was really good. But we did get somebody, our lovely friend Prime Factor X01 asked us another question. Something happened in the chat room earlier with this pheromone thing that was going on right at the beginning. And he wanted to know, so what are the chances of braveness being a thing? Brave Blade and Venus, this becoming a thing.
Oh, it's his OTP.
Oh, is that what that was about?
Yep, yeah. So, anybody want to take that one?
Well, first I gotta ask, how old is your character?
19.
Mine's 16. Yeah, so that's...
So you're saying there's a chance?
Wait, you were a teenage kid?
She's like
Yeah.
that
Teen
in everyone.
My character literally has no idea how old she is in human years because she's never counted it that way.
Ooh.
Well, she just does that with everyone. She's,
Well, maybe Venangle could happen. I don't know. Or maybe it's more friends. Who knows?
For now, that's just how she says hello.
So
So,
when you were like a king, you were like 10?
12.
Well, you can't expect a 12-year-old to be responsible.
No, he finds a magic sword, he decides, I'm gonna rule the city.
only takes a sword. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Prime Vector. Thanks, Eric, out there. That's great that you do those kind of things with us. So, even though you can't be here, we miss you, buddy. So, tune in next week. Of course, thank you so much for following, because the more followers, the more we do this, and we just have a good time talking with you guys and seeing you guys. So, always pull up a chair, make time to tabletop, guys.
Make
We're
time
gonna
to
go raid
tabletop.
somebody. All right.
Good night, folks.
Good night.